What happens when a muscle car name built around a V8 comes back with 6 cylinders instead? That question sits at the center of the 2027 Dodge Charger Super B. Dodge isn't hiding from the change. It's leaning into it, with more power, bigger turbos, serious cooling, wider tires, upgraded brakes, and a chassis designed to do more than launch hard from a stop. The result is a Charger that may be missing the engine purists expected, but could be far more interesting than anyone anticipated. And that is exactly why people are paying attention. If you enjoy automotive stories that explain why exciting new cars matter beyond the specification sheet, consider subscribing. The modern Charger is living through an unusual moment. Dodge has moved away from the Hemi V8. While the performance market is being squeezed by emissions regulations, electrification, rising prices, and buyers who increasingly expect one car to do everything. That puts pressure on Dodge to prove that a turbocharged 6-cylinder can still deliver the attitude people associate with the brand. The Super B is the answer. It takes the gas-powered Charger 6-pack and pushes it further, creating the most powerful 6-cylinder version yet. At the same time, it has to compete with performance cars from Ford, Chevrolet, BMW, and others that have spent years refining turbocharged power and sophisticated chassis technology. So this isn't simply another special edition. It's Dodge making a statement about what American performance can look like after the V8 era. The Super B doesn't need a completely different body to announce what it is. Instead, Dodge has concentrated on the parts that actually affect performance. The front end receives a more aggressive treatment, designed to move more air through the car, while the new grille and Fratzog emblem give the Charger a more distinctive face. But there's a reason behind that design. The additional airflow isn't there simply for appearance. It supports the cooling system that allows the engine to produce considerably more power, while the revised front end is also designed to generate additional downforce at high speed. That means the visual changes are connected directly to what happens when the car is being pushed hard. The wider stance becomes even more important. The Launch Edition rides on wide 20 by 11-inch forged wheels wrapped in 305-section Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 summer tires. That's serious hardware for a car that still has to function on normal roads, but it tells you exactly where Dodge wants this version to sit. Inside, Dodge takes a different approach. Instead of trying to make the cabin feel like a luxury lounge, the Super B gets cloth seats with aggressive bolstering and B-themed details. The steering wheel is squared off and fitted with larger paddle shifters, while a dedicated button allows the driver to switch from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive. That last detail changes the character of the car. The same Charger can prioritize traction when conditions demand it, then become much more playful when the road or the driver calls for it. Dodge has also added performance-focused drive modes and a built-in recorder that can capture driving sessions for later analysis. It's technology, but it serves the experience rather than replacing it. This is where the Super B stops being a cosmetic package and becomes something much more serious. Under the hood is Dodge's 3.0-liter Hurricane twin-turbo inline-six, but this isn't the same tune found in the regular high-output 6-pack. Dodge raises output to a targeted 600 horsepower, while torque remains at 531 pound-feet. The extra power comes from larger Garrett turbochargers, revised engine calibration, and a more capable cooling system. The larger turbos can deliver more than 30 psi of boost, while peak torque arrives earlier in the rev range. That last part matters. You don't have to wait as long for the engine to deliver its strongest shove, which should make the car feel more responsive when accelerating out of corners or launching onto a straight. And the numbers are already serious. Dodge estimates 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds and a quarter mile in 11.8 seconds. Those figures put the Super B ahead of the existing 6-pack Scat Pack in both measurements. But straight-line speed is only half the story. Dodge has clearly designed this car around the racetrack. The revised cooling system adds auxiliary radiators behind the front bumper, while the suspension receives continuous damping control with dual-valve adaptive dampers. These allow the car to soften its response over rough roads while providing more control when the pace increases. The front and rear spring rates are also increased. Some front bushings are stiffer, and the rear anti-roll bar has been upgraded. All of those changes serve the same goal: make the Charger react faster. Then come the brakes. 6-piston Brembo calipers at the front and 4-piston units at the rear clamp 16-inch rotors, while the brake pads provide a larger contact area designed to improve pedal feel and resist fade during repeated hard stops. That is important because a 600-horsepower car is easy to make exciting for 10 seconds. Making it repeat that performance lap after lap is much harder. The Super B also gets drag, race prep, and track modes, along with torque reserve for building boost before a hard launch. And because Dodge knows some owners will want to explore the car's limits, the driver can switch to rear-wheel drive at the push of a button. That turns the personality of the car upside down. Instead of relying entirely on all-wheel drive traction, the driver can deliberately send power toward the rear and use the car's balance for drifts, donuts, or simply a more playful experience. It is an unusual combination. A car capable of brutally quick launches that can also be configured to behave like a traditional rear-drive muscle car. And that may be the most important part of the Super B. Dodge isn't trying to convince everyone that 6 cylinders are better than 8. It's showing that 6 cylinders can be made to do something different. Dodge has not announced final pricing for the 2027 Charger Super B Launch Edition, and that makes its position in the lineup especially interesting. The existing Charger 6-pack Scat Pack starts around $56,990 for the coupe and $58,990 for the sedan. Because the Super B adds more power, upgraded brakes, wider performance tires, adaptive dampers, and other track-focused equipment, its launch edition is expected to cost more. Exactly how much more remains unknown. Dodge has also confirmed that production will be limited, with the car being built alongside other Charger models in Windsor, Ontario. That limited production changes the equation. This isn't necessarily designed to become the everyday Charger for the masses. It's a statement car, a way for Dodge to show what the 6-pack platform can actually do when engineers are given permission to push it harder. For buyers who want something more extreme than the standard Scat Pack, the Super B could occupy a very interesting space between a street muscle car and a genuine track-focused machine. A car like this still has to work outside a racetrack. That means the technology isn't only about going faster. The performance systems are designed to help the driver manage the car's power, traction, braking, and chassis behavior. Launch control helps control wheel slip during hard acceleration, while the selectable drivetrain modes give the driver more control over how the car behaves. The Drive Experience Recorder adds another layer by allowing drivers to capture their sessions and review performance afterward. But the most interesting technology is the hardware you don't necessarily notice. The cooling system, adaptive dampers, brake setup, and traction management are all there to make the car more predictable when the pace rises. That matters because performance isn't just about making a car powerful. It's about making that power usable. The return of the Super B is more significant than the badge suggests. This name once represented a very simple idea: take a Dodge muscle car and make it more serious. But the modern version has arrived in a completely different automotive world. The V8 is gone from this Charger generation. Electric performance is becoming increasingly common. And turbocharged engines have become the new way to produce huge numbers from relatively compact powertrains. So Dodge had a choice. It could simply accept that the muscle car formula had changed, or it could find a way to make the new formula feel unmistakably Dodge. The Super B is that experiment. It doesn't have the sound or character of a Hemi V8. That criticism is fair, and Dodge isn't going to erase it with a bigger turbocharger. But the car offers something the old formula couldn't deliver in exactly the same way. Earlier torque, massive boost, selectable all-wheel drive, rear drive fun, adaptive damping, serious brakes, and enough chassis development to make the car about more than a drag strip. That makes the Super B feel less like an apology for losing the V8 and more like Dodge refusing to give up on performance. The 2027 Dodge Charger Super Bee doesn't settle the argument over whether a muscle car needs a V8. It makes the argument more complicated. For some enthusiasts, 6 cylinders will never replace 8. The sound, simplicity, and character of a big American V8 are part of what made the Charger special, and no amount of technology can completely reproduce that feeling. But the Super Bee isn't trying to recreate the past. It's trying to prove that the next version of American performance can still be loud, aggressive, fast, and a little bit irresponsible, even if the engine underneath the hood has changed. And that might be the real reason this car matters. Dodge could have simply turned up the power and called it a day. Instead, it developed the cooling, suspension, brakes, tires, drivetrain controls, and track technology needed to make the extra power meaningful. So the question is simple. Does the 600 horsepower Super Bee prove that Dodge can keep the muscle car spirit alive without a V8? Or is the missing Hemi still too big a compromise? Let me know what you think in comments. If you enjoyed the story, hit like, subscribe for more automotive deep dives, and stay with us for the next one. Thanks for watching.